Scene 1, time the present. Place, a classroom in an inner city public high school. In the room, a teacher, Edward Ostrovsky, known to his friends as Ed or Eddie, is teaching a history class.
The Declaration of Independence is one of the most important documents in American history. Can anyone tell me what year it was written? Come on, one of you should be able to answer that question. It was in your homework assignment. Did anyone do the homework assignment?
Who the fuck cares about the Declaration of Independence?
Edgar, watch your language.
That's right, bro. That's no way to talk in class.
And fuck you too. Keep your face out of my business.
Guys, that's enough now.
Yo, you homies are all alike.
Shut your face, bitch.
You keep running off your mouth, I'll kick your brown ass.
Stop this now. No more fighting, you hear?
He started it.
No, I didn't. You trying to get me in trouble?
You doing that to yourself.
I told you once, bitch, shut your face.
You don't scare me.
You keep it up, I'll be fucking you up for good.
Yeah, you and who else?
You are such a pussy.
And your mother's a whore.
What did you say about my mother?
You heard him.
Stop! Now, let's proceed with the lesson.
Fucking baboon face.
Look who's talking. You're so ugly that even a dog wouldn't fuck you.
Oh yeah? How's it feel being your mother's pimp? The bell sounds, ending the class.
Fuck you.
That's it for today. Class dismissed.
The students file out. Ed is left alone. He starts gathering up his papers. He then sits at his desk and places his head on his hands.
When will this torture end?
End of scene 1. Scene 2. Time, early afternoon. Place, the school auditorium. All the teachers are assembled. On stage is a woman named Quantifa Jones. She is the school principal. Jones goes to a podium and addresses the audience.
Greetings. You may be wondering why I called this meeting, so let me explain. We will be having some visitors from the State Department of Education. They will be conducting an audit of the school. Now, you know what that means. They will be assessing whether the school is performing up to state standards. Last year, as I'm sure you will recall, we received some demerits, which did not reflect well on us. There was even talk about closing the school.
What?
But we have had a year to improve, and I'm certain that we will pass with flying colors. Any questions?
Hands are raised.
Yes, Linda.
What about class size?
What about?
Will class size be taken into consideration during our evaluations?
No, they will not.
I don't think that's fair. I average 37 students in my classes.
And it's your job to teach those students.
Yeah, but half my students can't even speak English.
That's why we have ESL classes, to help them learn.
But they don't seem to learn English.
Who's the ESL teacher? Forgive me, but I don't recall your name.
Oh, that's okay. I'm new to this school. I'm Dave O'Malley.
And how are things going in your class?
Just fine.
Good. So, Linda, what's the problem?
They don't seem to be learning English.
Like I said, my students are doing fine.
After this meeting, I'd like to meet with you. Now, I saw other hands raised. Yes, Leroy?
My students seem to have really short attention spans.
Maybe that has to do with the way you present the material.
Well, there's not many ways to teach algebra.
You have to keep the students interested and engaged. You can't be blaming the students all the time.
Look, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying that my students seem to have short attention spans.
Did you discuss this with the school psychologist?
Yes, I did. And she said there was little she could do. I asked if she could come to my class and observe the students. She said she would, but never showed up.
I'll talk with the school psychologist, but I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I will not accept or allow any teacher to be scapegoating the students. Yes, Melissa?
I had 2 students get into a fight in my class.
Which class do you teach?
English. We were discussing some poems by Longfellow when all of a sudden a fight broke out. The class was completely disrupted. I called security. It took at least 10 minutes before they arrived. I think we need more security people.
How come I wasn't informed of this?
Well, I thought you were. The security guard said he would inform you.
Nobody ever informed me. Now, if any incidents occur in your classroom, I am to be informed immediately.
But when we inform you of problems, we get blamed for causing it.
I am not like that. I keep an open mind. Anyway, in the future, all teachers are to report incidents directly to me. I don't want to be the last to know.
Okay, if that's what you want.
That's what I want. Are there any other questions? Well, I don't see any hands raised, so I want to wish you all a good day. Meeting adjourned.
Jones quickly exits. The teachers slowly file out. End of scene 2. Scene 3. Time, 2 hours later. Place, the teacher's lounge. On stage are Melissa, Leroy, Dave, Linda, and Ed.
You really teach these kids English? They can barely speak their own languages.
Yeah, I do my job.
I don't see the results.
Maybe you're not looking hard enough. Your English is improving, take my word for it.
I'd love to, but I can't.
You think I'm lying?
I didn't say that. All I know is that half of my students can hardly speak English.
Don't look at me. If you're having problems, take it up with the principal.
Well, I don't know how these kids are going to get by without knowing English.
Aren't we supposed to be a multicultural and diverse society?
Yes, but that doesn't change the situation. You have to know English to get by.
My grandparents came to the U.S. from Croatia and didn't know a word of English.
Well, that was then, and this was now. Are you saying it's not necessary to know English?
No, but we have to remember that we are a culturally diverse society.
So we have to accommodate those students who don't want to learn English?
No one's accommodating anyone. The fact is that assimilation does not happen overnight.
Sometimes I think it's not happening at all.
In my morning history class, I thought I was going to lose it. I really did.
No matter what, you gotta maintain self-control. Otherwise, you're fried.
I know that, but still, it's getting harder and harder for me to put up with this crap.
We have a lot of needy students and they all have problems.
Are they needy or just nasty?
I don't think it's a good idea to call your students nasty.
I was just asking a question.
It sounded more like an accusation to me.
I wasn't accusing anybody of anything.
Whatever happened to being dedicated?
I am dedicated. I want my students to do well, but I also want students who are willing to learn.
I think we all feel that way.
Please speak for yourself. I think all students want to learn, even the ones who are difficult.
Like when they tell you to your face, fuck you?
Not all the students are obnoxious.
Yeah, but all you need is one, and the rest of the class soon follows suit. And nobody in management seems to care.
What can they do? We still have to teach these kids. They can't do it for us.
I remember a few years ago, I was teaching at Moorside High, one of the roughest schools in the city. One of my students came in with a gun and fired it at another student. Well, I was so shocked, I almost passed out. Now, get this, after I reported the incident, I received an official reprimand for not having called security fast enough. The kid comes in with a gun and they blame me. That letter is still in my personnel file.
That sucks. It's not fair. Meanwhile, the union is nowhere to be found.
The union. And don't make me laugh. After I got my letter of reprimand, I went to the union and they told me they wouldn't take my case. And I'm a member of the union.
Why didn't they take your case?
They told me because they thought management had a good case, that I had lost control, like having to deal with a kid with a gun was an everyday routine occurrence.
The union's good for bargaining for money and stuff like that. When it comes to other issues, such as personal safety, then forget it. It's part of the job.
Well, if anything happens in my classroom, I'm still going to the union.
Good luck to you. From my own personal experience, as someone who has filed 4 grievances, don't expect too much from the union. They talk a good talk, but when it comes to action, you're basically on your own.
Sometimes I think union and management are working together to give us a hard time.
The bell sounds. Back to the pits.
So much for education.
And to C3. C4. Time. Evening. Place. The kitchen in Ed's apartment. Seated at a table are Ed and his son, Raymond, who is 19 years old. Louise is at the stove cooking dinner. Ed and Raymond are waiting to be served.
So how's school today?
Okay, Dad. Nothing new to report. Attended classes.
Good. Learn anything interesting?
Yeah. How to calculate the slope of a line. Real interesting stuff.
Raymond, you sound a little down. Is there something the matter?
Nothing, Mom. When are we going to eat?
In just a minute. The beef stew's almost ready.
Well, I'm hungry.
Hold on, young man. What is bothering you?
I told you. Nothing.
Okay, all day I had to deal with kids with attitudes. So please, spare me the attitude.
Your father's right.
So I should shut up, right?
We didn't say that. We're concerned, that's all.
About yourselves.
Raymond, how can you say that? You know we love you.
Oh, Mom. You just wouldn't understand.
What would we not understand?
I'm not doing too well in school.
Since when?
Since the beginning of semester, I've been cutting classes. To tell you the truth, Dad, I don't want to go to college. I want to join the Army.
What? Join the Army?
Are you being serious? Your mother and I have been working like dogs for years to make sure we could afford for you to go to college. And now you don't want to go. Great.
I can't help it, Dad. That's the way I feel.
Oh, so this is all about the way you feel. Well, excuse me, like our feelings don't count?
Dad, classes put me to sleep. In fact, in my history class, I conked out and I almost fell off my chair.
Thank you very much, Raymond. You know, of course, that I am a history teacher.
And your father works very hard.
Yes, I do.
So what does that have to do with me? I'd rather get a job and make money now. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. If you get something good lined up, you have no skills. Going to college will give you the credential needed to get a good job.
That's right, Raymond. Listen to your father. I wish I had gone to college. Instead, I left high school and got a job as a secretary, paying $50 a week.
What am I going to do with a college degree? Work in some office? Maybe become a teacher like you, Dad.
What's wrong with that?
You tell me, Dad. You're the guy who comes home every evening with a scowl on his face.
Well, earning a living doesn't mean you have to enjoy it.
Look at Mr. Kelman down the street. He's an accountant. He makes a good living. Yet you never see him smiling either.
I went to the Army recruiter on campus.
They have an army of recruiter on campus. Since when?
I don't know since when, and who cares? I spoke with some sergeant, and he told me about the benefits you get by serving in the military.
What kind of benefit?
They pay for the schooling, and you get free health care. Plus, if you want to buy a house, it's easier to get financing.
Has it ever occurred to you the reason why they offer so many benefits is to hook people into joining?
Well, to me, it sounded like a good deal. Plus, I'll be making money to be out of that boring classroom.
Yeah, if you come back alive.
I don't want to discuss it anymore.
It's your life, Raymond. But I think you're making a big mistake. I want you to stay in school, get a college degree, and then a good job. Just give it time.
Listen to your father. He knows what he's talking about.
Dad, I think my mind's made up. Oh, please, let's eat. I'm really hungry.
And I've just lost my appetite.
End of scene 4. Scene 5. Time, night. Place, a bedroom. Ed and Louise are in bed. Louise turns on the light.
What's wrong, Ed? Can't sleep?
It's been such a lousy day.
What Raymond said upset you?
That's part of it.
Well, I wouldn't worry about Raymond. He was just talking. You know how kids are.
That's the problem. I know exactly how kids are. I hope Raymond isn't that kind of kid.
What are you saying?
I don't know, there's all kinds of stuff swirling around in my head. I just can't think straight anymore.
What's bothering you?
At school, the kids started acting out in class, calling each other names. You know, the usual crap.
Oh, that's nothing new. You should be used to it by now.
I know I should, and I thought I was. Until today, when it suddenly hit me like a ton of bricks. I've been wasting my time being a teacher.
No, you haven't. You've taught thousands of students, and because of you, their lives are better.
That's what we're told, that what we do matters. Well, I don't buy it. Today, for the first time, I realized that all the while I've been teaching history to a bunch of filthy animals who couldn't care less about history or the country or even themselves. What's even worse, I can't even get my own son to listen to me. So what's the use?
I never heard you talk this way before. It kind of scares me.
I don't mean to scare you, Louise. I can't get over this feeling that my 26 years of teaching and trying to be a good father have been a complete waste of time.
No, it has not. Because of teaching, you've been able to make a good living and support me and Raymond.
Making a living. Is that what it's all about? If the money is good, why complain? Is that what you're saying?
That's right. If the money is good, then why complain? Between your salary and my salary, we've made out quite well.
But are we happy?
Well, I am. Every day I'm with you.
You know, that sounds so corny, but coming from you, it's okay. What would I do without you, Louise?
They embrace.
There. Isn't that better?
Of course it is. Remember when we first met?
How could I forget? We met while crossing the street. You were going one way and I was going the other. And we passed each other and our eyes met and I fell in love with you immediately.
Yeah, it was amazing. What are the chances of meeting like that, in the middle of the street?
I asked where you were going and you told me that you were on your way to personnel. Oh, sounded so official.
Yeah, I was just hired by the city and was going to personnel to sign some papers. If it hadn't been for the city, we never would have met.
That's why I'm so grateful that you're a teacher. In a way, your job brought us together.
You know, before I became a teacher, I thought of becoming a heavy equipment operator. I was always good with machinery.
But that's such a dirty and dangerous job.
So is teaching, believe me.
You never had problems with the
I
students.
had some close calls.
But that didn't stop you. You know the kids you teach really aren't bad.
For a long time, I talked myself into believing that they're just a bunch of mixed up kids who really don't mean harm. I believed that, but no more. After today, I finally came face to face with the truth. All of my work has been for nothing. None of them can learn. They're nothing but losers, washouts, dregs, human trash. That's why I've been teaching. Degenerates. And now that may include my own son.
No, it doesn't. Ray's a good boy. He'll straighten out.
Maybe I made a mistake not becoming that heavy equipment operator. Would have made good money helping to build things. I would have liked doing that.
So why didn't you do it?
This vocational counselor in high school, his name was Mr. Malloy, told me that I should go to college, and I guess I believed him. I told him that what I wanted to do was operate heavy equipment, and he laughed at it. He said that only losers do that kind of work, and that I'm meant for better things. It's kind of like a pep talk.
And did you discuss this with your parents?
With them, I had little to discuss. My father was a day laborer, and my mother, well, she never had a job, and so she couldn't provide me with much advice.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am.
I'm surprised that you didn't talk with them. Your parents were very fine, decent people.
And they liked you too. They were so relieved when I told them that I met a girl.
You see, you did talk with them.
Yeah, but that was just to inform them. My parents expected me to make my own decisions. They weren't deep thinkers. It was all on me.
It's too bad they're gone.
And they both died young. By the way, when would you like to visit your mother?
How about next week?
Sounds good. Think she'll be able to go back home soon?
I hope so. I'm going to meet with the social worker to discuss their plans for Mom. That's what happens when you get old and live alone. There's no one to care for you when you need help.
I guess you'll have to hire somebody.
That will cost money.
We'll work something out. In the meantime, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with my life.
What is there to figure out? You're going to go to work.
Yes, that's right. I'm going to go to work. What a life.
End of scene 5. Scene 6, the next day. Place, the classroom. Edgar, Carlos, and Gladys are seated. Ed is standing. He is teaching his lesson.
Now, where did we leave off?
You were talking about the Declaration of Independence.
Very good, Edgar. Shows you were listening.
Yeah, I guess I was.
Nah, he's just trying to suck up to you.
Hey, you saying I'm trying to suck Mr. Red off?
Mr. Ed, I like that. Like the talking horse.
What the fuck are you saying? A talking horse? What have you been smoking?
There was a TV show called Mr. Ed. It was about a horse that talked.
I never heard anything so stupid in my life.
Well, it beats talking about the Declaration of Independence. Who the fuck cares about what some white man wrote whenever? They were just a bunch of slave owners anyway. Isn't that right, Teach?
Some were slave owners, that is true, but still they managed to create an important document in American history.
What's a document?
Piece of paper, dummy.
What do you call him, dummy, Dick Brain?
Yeah, Dick Brain, you call him dummy.
I wasn't talking to you, so shut up.
Yeah, fuck you and your big mouth.
Girl, if you keep up like that, I'm going to shove my fist up your hole.
Oh, fuck off, you fag.
That's right, you're just a fairy. Just like your perv ball.
Get my father out of this.
We all know that he did time for molesting those little kids in the park. What a sicko.
Don't you call my father a sicko.
That's what he is.
Oh, you can talk? At least I have a father. You don't even know who your father is.
So what? At least his mother's still around.
Yeah, with how many boyfriends? A dozen?
My mother's no horse, so shut the fuck up.
Please, class, let's stop all this arguing and talk about the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Me too.
Yeah, let's do that.
Good, so let's stay on track. Now, where were we?
You were talking about the Declaration of Independence, which is supposed to be a very important document.
Excellent, Edgar.
You see how smart I am?
You're nothing but a brown-nosed and ass-licking sucker.
What the fuck is your problem now?
You're the problem, Dick Eater.
Class, we must have order.
Teach, did you hear what she called me, a dick licker? I'm no dick licker.
Please stop using that language in the classroom.
She started it.
Did not.
Did so.
Did not, snot brain.
You're so slut.
Mr. Ed, please tell him to stop calling you names.
Stop calling Gladys names.
Bitch, tramp.
Poor pig.
Dick Eater.
Stop it! Now!
I'll stop it, they stop it.
Don't look at me. I didn't start anything.
Always trying to get me to take the rap.
Stop this arguing now! Stop it!
Stupid cunt.
Your mother's a whore.
Your father's a pimp.
At least he's making a living. That's more than I can say for your father.
Your father works? Doing what? Being a neighborhood clown?
All a bunch of animals! You're impossible to teach. Get the hell out of my classroom!
Yeah, but the class isn't over.
Yes, that you call mouths.
Hey, teach. You have no call to say that.
Then shut up and let me teach.
We're letting you teach.
You're all disgust me. Get the hell out of here now.
Quantifa Jones enters. She is accompanied by a man. His name is Sigmund Kopelski. He is an auditor for the state.
Mr. Kostrovsky, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Kopelski. He is from the state auditor's office. He would like to observe your class.
Jones exits.
We're leaving. Who the fuck needs this aggravation anyway?
Leaving? Has this class been dismissed already?
Teach told us to get out.
Oh, really? What's the problem?
No problem really. Just a minor misunderstanding over the homework assignment. Now class, return to your seats.
Edgar, Carlos, and Gladys return to their seats.
Now, class, let's resume our discussion about the Declaration of Independence.
Okay, teach.
Thank you. The Declaration of Independence is one of the most important documents in American history. Can anybody explain why this document is so important?
You tell me.
Now, you can do better than that.
Is it because, it told the Brits to get lost?
Good answer. Any other ideas?
Because it was used to declare our independence.
Ed glares at Edgar. He's surprised and stunned.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That was the right answer. Where did you learn that?
I'm doing my homework.
Well, I am very impressed. Now, in what year was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Who cares?
I care.
Why do you care?
Because it is part of the history of the United States, which is my country, and your country too.
Well, maybe it's your country, but it's not mine. I wasn't even born here. So why do I need to know this stuff?
Because you live here.
But not for long. Once I get a good job, make me some money, I'm leaving. I didn't ask to come here.
Neither did I. But here I am, and here we are.
You know, Teach, you think we're a bunch of dummies. But you know, we're smart too, in our own way.
You all think you're so smart, and that you know it all. While I'm just a clueless white man, right?
What do you mean by clueless?
Stupid, dense, dumb.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, but you asked what the word clueless meant, so I answered. My job is not to only teach you information, but to get you to think about things.
I think about all kinds of stuff.
I'm sure you do. But to think about history is to learn more about yourselves.
So that's why you're talking about the Declaration of Independence? So we can learn more about ourselves? I don't get it.
Mr. Kopelski, would you like to answer the young lady's question?
That's, okay. I'm just observing, taking a few notes. Hope you don't mind.
Not at all. Now, the answer to your question is yes. By learning about the Declaration of Independence, you learn more about yourself. That's because you're part of a culture whose roots go all the way back to the Declaration. And by learning about the Declaration, you learn more about your culture, which shapes you, me, everybody.
How come nobody ever explained this to me before?
Maybe they did, but you just weren't listening.
I listen all the time.
You think so? Maybe you think you're listening when all you're doing is tuning out.
Nothing wrong with that. Calms me down.
Or maybe it dulls your mind, makes you stupid.
How do you know that?
I was young once.
You were?
Yes.
You were a homie?
I ran with the group. Used to play a lot of pickup basketball games.
You played basketball?
Yeah. Why are you so shocked?
Because you're a teacher. Teachers don't do stuff like that.
Well, I did, whether you believe me or not.
The bell sounds.
Guess that's the end of the class.
End of scene 6. There'll be a brief intermission.